Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're having a good day or good morning or good evening. This is I Play 4K, aka I Play AK, aka I Play 16K, and in this video today I'm going to show you Rage running in 16K resolution rendered in real time, 15,360 pixels by 8640 pixels or 133 megapixels will be rendered in real time on a single RTX 2080 Ti video card and Core i9 9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz per core or 5300 MHz per core. I only disable 2 cores and I disable the hyper threading technology, so we're running 6 cores, 6 threads. Pretty much we're running as Core i5 9600K at this frequencies, guys. So pretty much I'm demonstrating to you guys the single RTX 2080 Ti performance under the Core i9 generation CPU by Intel. It's water cooled by Corsair H150i hybrid water cooler with the liquid thermal paste by Thermal Grizzly, which is one of the best thermal paste ever. Let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate you my desktop. Desktop is today set 15,360 pixels by 8640 pixels, and we're going to run the Rage at windowed full screen mode, so it's going to be the same size as my desktop. My video card is overclocked additionally on a GPU plus 100 MHz and on a VRAM plus 1000 MHz, but external frequency will be plus 2000 MHz. My VRAM today is GDDR6, which is 11,260 megabytes or 11 gigabytes. Frequency of that VRAM GDDR6 will be 14,000 megahertz by manufacturer, but it's running at 16,000 megahertz, so I overclock additionally 2,000 megahertz on my VRAM. Here are my CPU settings. It's running, guys, on the Asus Maximus 11 here Wi-Fi Z390 chipset motherboard. I'm using today the cheapest possible DDR4 memory, which is 1066 megahertz, but external frequency will be 2133 megahertz CL13. So when you're running 4K resolution and above, you don't need to invest that money towards the very high frequency DDR4 memory when we're talking DDR4 technology. Grab yourself the cheapest possible DDR4. Make sure you're grabbing 32 gigabyte of sticks and invest that money towards a better water cooler on your CPU or towards the secondary video card. You're going to benefit by so many times versus that just grab yourself 4500 megahertz DDR4 or 5000 megahertz DDR4, because if you're going to pray on it maximum, you're going to squeeze 2 FPS if you're going to pray on it. So do you want to invest $600 more for 2 FPS, or just invest $600 plus $600 on top and get yourself additional RTX 2080 Ti and double your FPS? I think this is going to be the better choice, correct? Let's go ahead, guys, and get going. And the video card will be EVGA NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti XC Ultra version, which is dual fan design, just like on the picture right here, guys. This is the same system that I'm running right now. This is my picture, and this is the benchmark, which is going to be much better single core performance, single thread performance that Ryzen 3000 series CPU will give you, guys. So pretty much my FPS will be higher or equal to new Ryzen 3000 series by AMD at the maximum overclock, no matter what, 4 core, 6 core, 8 core, 16 core. But I'm looking at the Ryzen 3000 series 16 core 32 threads CPU. It's a nice proposition, even if I'm going to receive by a few FPS lower, but with 32 threads I can do so many video encodings in real time, because right now on this Core i9 I'm doing 3 video encodings at 8K resolution and in real time. Imagine if I can do 12 or 10 at real time, and I can produce more videos for you guys. Alright, enough talking, guys. Let's go ahead and jump in. As again, my desktop settings is set 15,360 by 8,640. So pretty much we're rendering 16K resolution in real time and then downscaling to a native 8K resolution. So the performance will be the same if you're going to run 16K resolution native screen. Keep that in mind. Okay, let me real quick go ahead and increase my display information system at the last top, that you're going to keep your eye a lot during this video, because we're going to talk about the performance. So keep your eye at the left top, guys. Okay, I'm just going to real quick, guys, this is going to be the first Rage video gameplay at 16K resolution, guys, on YouTube. Keep that in mind. So let me real quick, guys, and let me real quick open up and increase the size, the maximum possible size. So as you can see, we're running, guys, at 16K. Where's my mouse cursor? So such a small, at 16K resolution as my desktop set, which is 15,360 pixels on width by 8,640 pixels on height, which is 16 by 9 aspect ratio, 16K resolution, guys. Everything maxed out. Anti-aliasing is none. Let's go ahead and get going. The anti-aliasing is none because I'm afraid to overload my VRAM, and it's going to increase the latency delay, which is, it's also going to be in above 20 milliseconds average, but below 30 milliseconds, which the gameplay will be playable with almost minimum stuttering, maybe just a little bit, but it's comfortable. Okay, but if I'm going to do the anti-aliasing, we're probably not going to have the playable FPS, and we're going to increase that delay to the point when it's not going to be enjoyable experience or playable. But I'm going to increase the anti-aliasing at the end of this video just to have a look if how it's going to perform with 16K resolution and anti-aliasing in IDTech 5 game engine that we're running today with this Rage game. The last game engine that was under the John Carmack visions and development, guys. The Doom from 2016 using IDTech 6, and Doom Eternal will be using DirectX. Will be using the IDTech 7 game engine, which will be without the John Carmack involvement. This was the guys, the fail of the John Carmack, guys, under the IDTech, and I believe his vision was a little bit incorrect, because at the distance everything is rendered sharp at up to 8K resolution textures, and as a close-up everything is rendered blurry. But when I'm going to run 16K resolution, for you it's going to be hard to tell, but believe me, this is the case. So what I'm going to write in this car, I'm not going to move my mouse at all, so we're going to use it as benchmark, so we can compare it with the future GPU architectures as well, guys, as I'm going to compare it with the Titan RTX for you, and we're going to find out how well the Titan RTX runs this game, which is the same Turing GPU architecture. So pretty much Titan RTX will be equal FPS or a little bit even less, because right now my video card is overclocked and to the maximum possible safe home safe environment frequencies. As you can see, my GPU frequency right now 2085 megahertz, which is whopping for Turing GPU architecture, above 2000 megahertz or 2 gigahertz per GPU. And my GPU load is 97%, which is excellent GPU load, excellent GPU utilization. My fan rotation at 100%. Yes, this dual fan design EVGA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti XC Ultra video card has 2 fans in it, and at 100% it's a little bit kind of noisy, guys, but it's not as noisy as Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture single video card. Keep that in mind. So if you want to buy the RTX 2080 Ti, especially if you're planning to run it in SLI, but keep in mind that Rage doesn't support SLI option because it's OpenGL. But if you planning to run 2 RTX 2080 Ti, as I have it, to double the performance in almost 99% of games that running DirectX API, keep that in mind that you need to purchase the first video card on the hybrid water cooling system at least. The great video cards will be Gigabyte Extreme Water Force, EVGA hybrid versions with the hybrid water cooler, or MSI Seahawk. 3 of those Also Asus has a nice video cards. 4 of those video cards will be great, especially the first one closer to the CPU needs to be water cooled, guys. Otherwise you're going to thermal throttle and you will never see that 2085 megahertz frequency per GPUs, and you're going to lose about 10-15% when you're going to run SLI versus the single video card. So you're not going to receive exact double, you're going to receive only 175% or 180% versus the single RTX 2080 Ti. Still a great boost, guys, and still a better investment towards the secondary video card than towards a better DDR4. And this is what I'm trying to teach you, guys. You can have a cheapest DDR4 as I'm running today, and you're going to be good to go, guys. As again, during my test, maximum you're going to increase by 2 FPS if you're gonna play on it, if you're playing 4K resolution and above. Higher frequency DDR4 will be a factor when you're playing 1080p and 1440p, but if you're going to buy the RTX 2080 Ti for 1080p, you're just wasting your money, guys. Especially if you're going to buy 2 of them on SLI, just clearly waste of money. Alright, guys, that's much pretty it. As you can see, we had a beautiful, it's a little bit preloading when I'm moving, and look like GDR6 is not fast enough for the ID Tech 5 game engine, particular that used in the Rage game, but GDR6, guys, is pretty fast VRAM. Alright, so let me real quick go ahead and try to see if we can do the anti-aliasing. Let's do 2 times. Keep your eye, guys, at the VRAM usage. Right now is 9,480 megabytes, and our system RAM usage, which is 9,340 megabytes. When we're going to overload the VRAM above 10,000 megabytes, the NVIDIA driver will store the data into the system RAM from the VRAM, so the game is not going to crash, which is the great thing. So it's avoiding the crashing of the game. But let's go ahead and have a look, guys. 2x. Immediately system RAM is above 10,000 megabytes, as you saw it. Let me real quick go ahead and do the benchmark. I'm just curious. 289 megapixels. I'm recording with the ShadowPlay, guys, so please add 3 FPS to the FPS counter as well, because I'm recording on the same computer. Let's go ahead and go back to none as again and do our benchmark real quick. 288, so pretty much almost the same. So I'm going to real quick do the let's do the 4 times just to have a look. Didn't crash, but immediately, as you can see, my theory is working, guys. NVIDIA driver load the almost 11,000 megabytes on our system RAM, and our VRAM is decreased but should be increased. And why it's decreased? Because it's taking the data and pre-caching into the system RAM instead of VRAM. Okay, what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to load the save game again, and we're going to start it over just to see with the 4 times on the anti-aliasing 16K resolution what the performance drop will be. I'm just curious, and just keep your eye at the VRAM usage and at the system RAM usage. And I believe that latency delay will increase as well, because when we're storing some data into the system RAM, it's not as fast as our VRAM, because pretty much my overclock on the VRAM today 2000 megahertz additional, and my VRAM is running at 2133 megahertz. So my VRAM speed, my system RAM speed is as fast as my VRAM additional overclock, because my system RAM speed is 2133 megahertz and my VRAM additional overclock is 2000 megahertz. So you can imagine, guys, we're probably going to increase in our time delay in milliseconds. You don't see it pretty much that much, because I believe the NVIDIA driver is using the artificial intelligence, and it's kind of pre-cached the data that we're not using a lot, we're not calling back a lot by the GPU. So in particular game we're still going to be in good shape, but not in all the games that I saw under the 16K resolution it will be the case. Keep that in mind. We almost like 30 FPS and above right now, at 30 FPS, but still kind of playable. This is where the Titan RTX, guys, will shine, and we're going to check with the Titan RTX what our FPS will be, and our latency delay. I believe with Titan RTX our latency delay with 4 times anti-aliasing will be still below 30 milliseconds for sure. And we're not doing pretty bad, as you can see right now as well. So right now it's almost stuttering, still stuttering free in gameplay, guys, experience. Maybe 1% sometimes here and there, but still stuttering free, keep that in mind. But we see a lot above 30, as you can see, milliseconds latency delay, so keep that in mind. And above 30 milliseconds latency delay for some people is not going to be as comfortable as they get used to it when they're playing at 10 milliseconds and below 20 milliseconds latency delay. The excellent latency delay will be below 5 milliseconds, but I also call excellent below 10 milliseconds because it's stuttering, still stuttering free, but below 20 milliseconds a little bit of stuttering, and above 30 milliseconds you're going to feel that stuttering sometimes, guys. Especially when you're shooting at targets and stuff like that, you're going and trying to aim pretty fast, you're going to feel that. As you can see, decrease on the VRAM usage, increase on the system RAM usage, but NVIDIA driver is pretty much utilizing this game engine pretty well when it's offloading some data from the VRAM and storing under the system RAM. So guys, I guess this is it. We got all the information that we need to know under the single RTX 2080 Ti Turing GPU architecture today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to post some great videos for you in the end of this video to check out with the previous GPU architectures as well with the newer GPU architectures, so you can watch the beautiful videos and you can get yourself a beautiful information when it comes to Turing GPU architecture and within the future GPU architecture when we're running 16K resolution. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy was invested. Positive comments. Do not pay attention to that hateful kids that doesn't understand, that naysayers that hitting that this like button. Guys, motivate me with your like button, subscribe, positive comments, and I will see you in the next videos. I play 4K, aka I play 16K. Till the next time.